We're not just talking about musty constitutional principles. We're talking of suffering from real Canadians.
And too many suffering people won't get help to end their lives under this proposed law, the NDP argues. The government's plan says that to get a doctor or nurse practitioner's help to die, you would already have to be close to a natural death.
And these are real people who are suffering, who don't meet the end-of-life criteria. They may have 30 years left to live.
Tonight, to make a point of how flawed he believes this bill is,
Mr. Rankin.
Murray Rankin suggested dumping most of the Liberals' plan, leaving this issue largely up to provincial medical regulators.
All those opposed to the motion will please rise.
This is Phil Potts. Mr. Goodale.
A suggestion the Liberal-dominated House of Commons rejected. Provincial colleges of physicians say Canada could manage without a new federal law for at least a little while. But the Liberals argue individual doctors would worry whether what they were doing was legal.
In that sense, there will be a challenge with patients accessing this care.
But while they argue a new law is necessary, they acknowledge Canada probably won't get one passed by the Supreme Court's deadline a week from now.
We are at risk of not meeting the June 6th deadline. Having said that, it is my hope that we can see this piece of legislation put into effect at the very soonest possible date.
It has made it a little bit more challenging.
Alberta's government said today it's putting forward regulations to deal with the logistics of medical aid in dying.
We're hopeful that the federal government will, wrap up their bill. However, in the meantime, we're ensuring that we have processes and a system in place for Albertans.
While in Ottawa, there's still another final House of Commons vote expected tomorrow. Then the Senate gets to take a look at the bill, and several senators have suggested they may want changes. And the Prime Minister himself says even after an assisted dying law is passed, that still won't be the end of it.
This is a big step for Canada and for Canadians, and it's a first step.
Tonight, the Liberal-dominated House of Commons rejected all the suggested changes to this bill, except the ideas that were endorsed by a Liberal-dominated committee. Now, among the ideas rejected, requiring patients with a mental illness to undergo a psychiatric evaluation first, and requiring all patients to be made aware of their palliative care options before requesting medically assisted death.